I started out by using the Clown White paint from Nye. I'm going to just go ahead and carefully sketch out my eyes and then fill them in. At the ends, it does have like an elongated tail, just like you would if you were doing a cut crease. And I'm just going to go ahead and do that to both eyes and then fill them in. So now that I have drawn out and filled in my eyes, I'm going to go ahead and set that with the Ciate setting powder. This is just going to ensure that I don't get any creasing and it stays. There's no need for you to worry if you happen to color outside of the lines. Just go ahead and take a makeup remover and a Q-tip and just clean up the sharp edges as you would if you were doing any regular makeup. I decided to use an eyeliner instead of eyebrow products to fill in my brows because I figured I wanted to get more of a harsh eyebrow look, and eyeliner did just the job. If you guys have been watching my videos so far, you know that this foundation is my absolute favorite. So I'm gonna go ahead and just apply that all over my face as normal, just to give me a nice even canvas. And now for the fun part, I'm gonna go ahead and use the Nye Liquid Latex and just draw on those infamous red lines. But they're not red just yet, but we're gonna lay down the canvas for that. And I'm just gonna go ahead and make those two shapes so that we can get started. While actually laying down the groundwork for this look, I also wanted to create a little bit of texture so that it looked like it was almost like a scab or a cut. So I just kind of layered on the latex and then stippled a little bit just to get more texture. So the red lip paint from Fenty has been my go-to for most of my Halloween looks. I'm gonna go ahead and use that to fill in my lips and then go in with a darker burgundy color just to give it a little bit more depth. And yeah. I wasn't happy with just the two red colors, so I went in with a little bit of black and got the exact kind of depth that I was looking for. And I used a fluffy brush to kind of just buff all of the harsh lines out and make sure that everything was seamlessly blended. As I mentioned before, the Fenty Lip Red paint was what I used to create this bloody, gory kind of look. So I'm just gonna go ahead and stipple that on top of the liquid latex, and this is just gonna create the effect that it is bleeding. Now I'm just going back in with the darker, deeper burgundy color that I had used on my lips, just around the edges of the liquid latex, just to give it a little bit more dimension.
All of you, as I'll feast on your flesh as I feed on your feet.
This part is completely optional, but I felt like it added a lot more to the look. I used the Nye Fake Blood and a Q-tip, and I just kind of dabbed that on top of the scabs so that it will look like it's actually bleeding. Again, this is not a required step, but I figured it'd be fun to actually mess around with the fake blood. In the midst of me recording the look, the latex was starting to lift up, but do not fret, do not fight. That is an easy fix. Just take some eyelash glue and paste it back on.